Hey everybody, welcome back to One Clue Short of a Treasure. Today we're going to take a little break from the box solves and talk about something that crossed my mind today, and that's the confirmation bias, right? This is a topic that's been talked about throughout the book extensively, and it reminded me of the reasoning why I started on the past and the future box recently. Um, I'll be shooting a video shortly on that as well. That between the Appalachian Trail box, which I have some more pictures that I'm working on for that to share with you. And I want to make sure that we get some good quality content out there. So that look for that in the next few days. But I wanted to share sort of my thoughts on confirmation bias, because that's really what was keeping me from jumping into the past and future box. So, confirmation bias is when we start to look only for the evidence that supports what we already believe to be true, while ignoring or downplaying everything that doesn't. In the world of treasure hunting, this can be a pretty dangerous thing. You know, there are just so many things that could be clues that we comb over extensively, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are. When we get attached to an idea, we tend to start bending it every which way to make it fit, even if it's wrong. And it gets worse with groupthink. When a community starts leaning into one theory, it can become harder to think outside that box. Suddenly disagreement feels like you're the odd one out. But here's the thing, staying open to other interpretations, especially the ones that challenge your theory, is what keeps your hunt grounded and objective. And that's really what we want, right? Um, you know, Stay curious, stay critical, and don't be afraid to question even the most popular ideas. Sometimes the real clue is the one that everyone else just missed. Just because something feels like a clue doesn't really mean that it is a clue. Um, that's really what confirmation bias is. It's when you're sure of your theory, um, and you start forcing everything to fit in it. Before you know it, you may even think your dog's paw print looks like the X, which marks the spot. And if everyone around you is saying the same thing, well, that's groupthink. Now you've got an echo chamber, not a solve, and that's not productive at all. So stay sharp. Challenge your theory. Ask those dumb questions, because the clue may be the one that nobody's looking at. You never know. Don't get trapped by your own genius. Stay curious. Keep looking into those ideas that may not be so popular. John Collins Black wrote this book with no help from anyone. He said this before. He wanted to keep this exclusive to him. He didn't want anybody to know his clues, to put them at risk or put them in uncomfortable spots. This is his first time writing a book on a treasure. This isn't some curated by a big company that has a staff full of expert treasure hunt ideas. They don't have crafty ways of of wordplay or anything like that. It's just one person that's never done it before. So we don't know what those clues are. We don't know where he hid the treasure. It could be just anywhere. So it's easy to go down that rabbit hole of thinking it's got to be in a certain place. Why else would he do it? Sort of start thinking like him in a sense to help find the answers to these clues. Anyway, thanks for watching. And as always, keep searching one clue at a time. And check back here, of course, because we may have some new ideas, fresh ways of looking at things that you may not have already looked at. Nobody will know where the treasure's at until it's found. And that's a great part about it. That's the exciting part. And it's also a really great book. I've really been enjoying it. Reading over the chapters again, there's just great messages in it. And it really brings me joy reading it and enjoying it and sharing it with you. So stick around and see if we could find something, possibly the treasure together. That would be great. Take care, be good, and have a wonderful week.